Kaushal, Shane here.
Hi Shane.
Nice to meet you. And we are here for another round where we're going to try to understand your elevator pitch for your product, right?
Yes.
That's the intention of this entire podcast. And we've done this just before with someone else as well. So we're going to do it with you. So I'm going to pretend, right? I am going to be, who's your customer?
So my customer.
Just tell me who the customer is. Don't tell me too many words.
Yes.
Who is your customer?
My customer is a small business outlet.
Small and SME.
Yes. Small business out with a physical location.
Physical location. In what form? As a restaurant, as a office.
Okay, an ideal scenario I would consider is a medical practitioner, a doctor.
A doctor.
Yes.
So medical reps and doctors.
A doctor.
A clinic.
A clinic.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Shane.
Yes.
Okay. So now you've come to me, right?
Yes.
And okay, I'm not Dr. Shane. I'm an investor. Okay. And you've come to me. You met me, and I'm a very busy VC. And I'm a very busy investor. And you've come to me, and I've given you about 10 minutes of time.
Okay.
Right. Now I want you. How much investment do you want?
I want a CR.
One
CR.
Okay. You want that kind of investment, right?
Yes.
Now in 10 minutes, I'll give you 5 actually. In 5 minutes, you need to convince me that I want to invest 1 CR into your product. Okay? Go on.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Shane.
It's afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon, Shane. Yeah. So basically, I'm Kaushal and my startup name is Perceptionist Solutions. So we are a startup where we look into customer engagement, customer processes as a building solution in the customer space. So as a part of Perceptionist Solutions, the product that we have is called upQrade. upQrade, where we are upgrading the QR. Now QR, why, you may ask, why QR? So right now QR is ubiquitous. You see a QR code everywhere for payments, majorly for payments, and it's a channel where there's zero manual intervention. Like payment, they pick out the mobile phone, they do the payment and they go. So that's one space where there is a communication between a customer and a business. So in this case, I'm talking about a medical clinic. So between a clinic and a patient, that's one place where there is communication without manual intervention. So that is a use case where I have tried to upgrade that QR code to not just make payments, but do more things. Like you can refer that clinic, you can review that clinic, you can get to know more details about that clinic, you can connect with the clinic in case the doctor is...
Can I stop you there?
Yes.
Firstly, you haven't identified your category. What is your category?
Category as in doctor.
What is the category of your product?
So my category, I would identify it as consumer tech.
No.
Okay.
You are a PAAS product. You're a platform.
Okay.
You're not a SaaS product.
Okay.
You're a PAAS product.
Okay.
It's subscription based, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So if you're subscription based, you're a PAAS product.
Okay.
You have to start your pitch by saying that I'm a PAAS product.
Okay.
Otherwise, how does the person know in today's world of tech? People are very smart with technology these days. How does a person know what your product is all about? If you don't start off with the right platform. You need to tell them this is a platform as a service. You need to begin with that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
After that, instead of going into such complex details,
you
have to identify your market. Right? You have to tell the investor, you have to see. I told you I'm an investor sitting.
Yes.
Right? You're not talking to a doctor.
Yes.
You're talking to an investor. Right? And what is that investor going to give you that 1 CR for? What do you think a large portion of that 1 CR is going to go into? Of your budget? Acquisition. How are you going to get acquisition? By marketing your product.
Yes.
Right? So your marketing spends are going to be very, very high.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm from marketing, so I know how much the large companies spend on marketing.
Correct.
Right? Your marketing spends are going to be high because your product is just a QR code with a backward integration.
Yes.
That's all it is. Right?
Yes.
You're probably resting that QR code on some kind of site or some kind of platform.
Yes.
Right? And from the back end, the reviews, whatever you do is going to X number of customers. You need to convince the investor about 2 things. You said one is payments, which is UPI is too obvious.
Correct.
QRs are all around the place.
Correct.
Websites are hosted on QRs. I have hosted a virtual reality film on QR code.
Okay.
So I'm aware of what a QR code does. Right? Now, what is the point, right? You need to convince that investor very, very quickly as to what is the potential of your market. You tell me what is the potential of your market.
So,
who these doctors, for example, suppose you tell them, I am aiming this at doctors. And that guy says, you are doing three things. You are doing reviews. What was the second thing?
Reviews, referrals, connect, business details.
Three things you are doing, right?
Yes.
I'll say, why can't I apply that to the hotel industry? Why can't I apply to any industry where these three things are needed?
Correct.
Where referrals are needed? Why are you constricting your market just to medical and clinics? Right? Because your product has got nothing to do with the clinic. Your product is quite general.
Yes, it's a general.
Your product has got... So, the moment you narrow your market down to so small a market, it's not so small, but if you make your market so concise and concentrated, what happens is you are forgetting that you are capable of doing a lot more.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, what is your product? It's a platform as a service. Right? You need to convince the investor, right, why this service is important. Let's start with clinics. Firstly, you convince me as to why and how is that clinic going to benefit.
Okay. So, as a clinic,
first thing I'm saying again, the word benefit. People do not buy products just for the heck of it.
Absolutely.
There is some emotional benefit, or there is some rational benefit, or some financial benefit. Quantifiable benefit. Exactly. So you need to tell me what the benefit, which you didn't in your pitch. Okay.
So, firstly, for a clinic, the QR that is there, it's anyways collecting payments. But again, doctors right now, they cannot market. A lot of patients come in based on reviews. So reviews also, how it happens is the doctor has to tell, please review.
But you know there are lots of platforms which exist today which give you reviews of clinics, etc.
Yes, absolutely. So here I'm giving them a channel where the customer can review directly. Once they scan the QR code, they have a payment option, but they can review there itself. Instead of doctor manually telling them, please review us, for that they'll have to search for that clinic and then type in. So here directly they'll get an access. So ease. Number one is ease. Second is referral. So if they like the service, they will refer it to their friends, family directly from then and there itself. Third is connect. Now if the doctor, they want to connect with other, instead of asking for the phone number, they can get directly there.
But what is the interface that it appears on?
So I'm trying to build a web app.
Web app.
Yeah,
okay.
web app.
So you're trying to build a web app.
Web app. I'm not building an app.
So that is your interface to the web app. It's not a proper app.
Yes.
Okay, understood. So one thing I'll tell you, just hold on. Okay. What have you done so cleverly that you have not understood yourself? You've done something very cleverly, but you didn't realize what you did. What did you do exactly? You realize what you've done and how you got a market for this? Have you realized what you've done?
The UPI code.
No. You actually scan the QR code which everyone does for making a payment.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? But you have surprised the person with 3 more features.
Yes.
You get your point?
Yes.
You surprise the person with 3 more features, which is very useful for the doctor. So I am not scanning the QR code to avail of the review, referral and phone number.
Exactly.
I am scanning it to actually get to pay.
Yes.
Which everyone does.
Yes.
But now what you have done is you have created a surprise.
Yes.
By giving them 3 more benefits, 3 more advantages, which helps grow their business.
If I may, can I show you a demo?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so here's the demo.
Okay.
So once you scan the QR code, you get a interface like this. So there's a pay button and there are other buttons. Now here I've tried to make a pay button huge because
the first thing when you're talking, talk in a controlled manner.
Okay.
When you talk so loudly that it is offensive. The other person, you have to learn all these things. See, because all these things make a big difference. A VC once told me it's not so much about the product which I believe in. It's the belief of the creator of the product or the founder, right? So you need to present yourself also when you're speaking. Speak in a controlled manner.
Yes.
Speak in a controlled manner. Make sense of what you're saying, but speak in a controlled manner, right? That's what I would suggest. Let's go.
So once you scan, you get this. So the reason the pay button is huge is because that's the general behavior people expect. They are scanning to pay. So that's why the pay button is huge. And then there are other services. There's a reason I've done a color play is because I want them to have an attention at this. So pay button, then they'll be like, what are these other
Are you a
buttons?
software developer by any chance?
No.
You're not a software developer.
No.
Have you studied software development?
Yeah, I'm an engineer
You're
by
an engineer.
education. Yeah. So this
What is Connect exactly?
Connect is WhatsApp. So it goes to the WhatsApp number of the
clinic.
clinic.
And
Yes.
social media goes to the social media.
Yes,
page.
so social
Refer
media-
goes to what? Just click on refer
Refer is basically you share it
on WhatsApp.
on whatever channel you want. Your choice of channel. You can select WhatsApp, you can select Instagram, Facebook.
You've not given a referral. Okay. And what's the blue one? I can't read it.
Blue one is review.
I can't read it. The
Yes.
color is too dark.
Yes. So this is the prototype.
Updates opt-in. What
Yeah,
is update?
updates opt-in basically
Just click
is
on that.
it's a form. So
Email
basically
ID, phone number. Okay, that people will not.
sort of
have.
a newsletter, or most of these businesses have a WhatsApp
That
group.
people will not give so easily.
Correct. And feature request is you just kept.
And what is business details?
Their details as on Google Maps. So their
GPS.
timings, clinic timings, what are their services, etc. So this is just
Okay. Let me not. Let's do it this way. Let me not get into the technology part of it. I'm not going to get into the technology part of it. I'm going to try to help you out in the way which I can. Try to help you out with how are you going to pitch this product to potential investors, right? You want a once-year investment into this. Right? Now, what do you need in order to pitch this to investors if you're going to ask for that kind of investment? What are the first thing they ask for? You know what is the first thing they ask for?
revenue.
No, a go-to-market strategy. Do you have a go-to-market strategy?
So right now, no go-to-market.
Have you written a go-to-market strategy?
So right now, that's what I'm focusing on clinics first and trying to get.
No. Go-to-market strategy does not mean clinics or restaurants or whatever.
Mm.
I'm an investor.
Mm.
You're telling me that you want me to invest 1 CR into your app or your web app, right? Or into your tech, right? Into your PAAS system. And I will ask you one question: why should I do it? How are you going to explain to me, or how are you going to convince me that your 1 CR revenue within a year's time is going to become 2? Right? How are you going to convince me with that?
Okay.
There was a very famous man who built one of the most famous products in the world. You know what he said after he created the product? My product is not a product; it's a marketing strategy. You know which product that was? Nike.
Yeah, it's correct.
See, why do people buy Nike? Do people buy Nike because it's a
Not
damn
for
good-looking shoe?
Yes.
There are 10,000 damn good-looking shoes. It is the subliminal messaging which Nike gives you, which means when a consumer sees that swoosh, and when they saw that swoosh, before Nike was Nike, it was called Blue Ribbon Company. It was a small shop in New York City where they used to source shoes from one store in Japan. They used to go to Japan, they used to buy 300 shoes, and they used to bring them literally back in a crate to America to their shop, and they used to sell them. When they created Nike, what is Nike? That is what I try to explain. That is what marketing and branding is all about, right? A good go-to-market strategy, right, gives the investor a picture, a depiction with numbers, with the kind of strategy you have in mind. Right now, your strategy, I will go to clinics. That guy will say in a day, how many clinics you go to? With the traffic and all that, from Margao to this, I'll go to 2 clinics. Oh, so you will go to 2 clinics and both will say no to you. Then tomorrow you will go to 2 more clinics and both will say no to you. Then day after you go to 2 clinics, one will say yes, one will say no. So you're telling me out of 6, 1 clinic has said yes to my product. What is the cost of your product? He will ask you these kind of very, very hard questions because you don't have a go-to-market strategy. The moment you have a go-to-market strategy, you're going to explain to him, sir, this is how I'm going to gain that kind of revenue. That is what you need in the first place. You need to have a plan. Not I will go to clinics. I develop a product, I'm going to go to clinics. No. How many clinics you go to?
Correct.
You ride a bike or you go in a car?
Bike.
Either way, bike
Either
or car.
way.
How far will you go? How many
Correct.
clicks? You have to wait outside the clinic. Doctor not give you time. Person not give you time. You're sitting outside. You're one single person. The guy will ask you, you're asking me for 1 CR to give you. What are you going to give me back?
Correct.
Right? That is why a go-to-market strategy is of absolute essence. An investor buys into how you plan to expand your business. That is what they buy into. And if they buy into, and the numbers match, if they buy, what is the cost of this? What is the subscription fee?
So now I'm saying I'm doing a setup fee of 3,000
a month.
No, 3,000 for the first 6 months, and then
How much is that per month?
so per month $500.
$500 is a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot. $500 is, you know, Swiggy is free. Right?
Yes.
Swiggy is free.
Yes.
Now, how did Swiggy progress? It just came to mind. It's a PAAS system. Swiggy is one of your classic platforms as a service. One of your classic. How did Swiggy manage to convince the investor to invest in them? What do you think? What was the strategy that they used in order for them to convince the investor? You tell me. And I will tell you what they probably must have done.
Okay, so platform for restaurants to list what they are serving. On the customer side, there are so many customers who want food delivered.
Delivered. See,
Yes.
you got the right word now, not the rest of it. Delivered. Free home delivery.
Yes.
Delivery was their platform.
Correct.
That was their strategy. That was their go-to-market strategy. You right now have an app. There are millions of apps in the country, in the world, millions, billions of apps today. Every second person has a web app for something or the other. And this web app is based on a QR code or a scan.
Correct.
That's all it is doing, right?
Correct.
You need to have such a strong, and see, when a customer, your consumer, whether clinic or I think there's expansion for this product in other
Yeah, absolutely.
sectors.
Yes, there are.
It's not limited just to clinics,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Now, if you have got that, if you have a solid strategy in place, a proper go-to-market, this is my plan, sir. My plan is I am going to do this. Swiggy would have probably said, we're going to take home delivery, right? And we are going to use, it's not the app. The app wasn't important. App was any electronic, any engineer could have created, any software engineer could have created that app. It was nothing fantastic. By the way, this has happened abroad. Swiggy is not an original idea.
Yeah, the DoorDash.
This happened, free home delivery happened when I used to live in Southeast Asia in 2002. There was free home delivery. Only there was no technology. We had a card and you had to order by making a phone call. Now it became simpler with technology. So this concept existed, right? Now you have to think, I'll give you this exercise. Why don't you think about what is going to be your go-to-market strategy? That how are you going to, what do you mean by go-to-market? Have you understood what I mean by go-to-market?
Yes, how will you get the product out in the market?
How will you market your product? That people will be, you don't have, where you will not have to go from clinic to clinic to clinic to clinic on a daily basis.
Okay.
And that you will not have to go to clinic. What can you use in today's day and age? Which is cheap?
Email, WhatsApp,
social media, email, there's a whole lot of things, right? But you need a strategy, right? You can find databases to all the clinics in Goa, for example.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You can even send them some messages, get a social media following, all of that can be done, right? But what is your plan? I said this earlier also, and I'm going to say this again. I said it to the earlier lady, Supriya also, who was there. Said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you say it. How are you going to say it? How are you going to say it so the investor says, okay, this guy is making sense. He's asking for $500, right? If he gets 100, that's 50 lakhs, right? 50 lakhs, right? If he gets 100 clinics, that's 50, right?
Correct.
50 lakhs a month, which is proportionally very, very large. Then you may be able to get your 1 CR investment. When you give that kind of a projection figure, that's your business projection figure, right? What you do when you're creating a business plan, not just a go-to-market strategy, when you're creating a business plan, have you done your projections?
Not yet.
When you're doing your projections, when you're creating your business plan, make sure that you have a minimum revenue model. Minimum.
Worst case scenario.
Not worst case, least case.
Least case scenario.
Not worst case, least case scenario. What is your least case scenario? Because that is going to give you the investor confidence that if 1% is coming to this, then suppose he does 3%, what will it count?
Okay.
Keep these things in mind.
Yes.
A business plan with a proper projection, understanding of the market, a proper projection. Your go-to-market strategy should also have things like, why will the clinic come to you? What are the reasons that the clinic? That is called RTB. You know what RTB means? Reason to believe. Reason to believe. Why should they believe? Why should the doctor believe in your product? There has to be a reason. Your go-to-market strategy is a combination of all of this. So it's investor friendly, right? And it's also your end user friendly. Whoever the end user may be.
Yeah.
So you need to think that through. See, mostly with products in today's day and age, the way products and the only reason products succeed is not just dependent on the quality of the product. That's not what really, there's too much of clutter of products in the marketplace. And especially technology products in today's day and age, there's too much of a clutter. It is your marketing plan. How are you going to market this product? That is what differentiates you from others. You think there were not other Swiggies? There were. And they were all failures. There were a lot of failures. But one Swiggy came out, one market, one unicorn. How did the unicorn happen? Solid marketing plan. So that's what I would suggest to you. That's what you need to work on.
Yes.
And then you bring all that into your elevator pitch.
Yes.
So Kaushal, I hope that you've learned from this, gained from this. What do you think? You tell me, give me some. Now, okay, your product about reviews and feedbacks. No, give me my reviews.
So, Shane, it was a good session. Wonderful takeaways for me. I really need to get my go-to-market strategy planned out. Although it may be here and all scattered, I have a social media page. I have my contact list, but I need to organize it.
The first thing which you need to do, you need to find yourself a positioning in the market.
Yes.
What is your positioning? Your go-to-market strategy will be based on your positioning in the market.
Yes.
You need to think that through. What's going to be your positioning? Once you figure out your positioning, the rest will fit.
And the biggest takeaway is PAAS. That is one word I never used.
Yeah, you have to use. You are a platform as a service. You have to use.
Yes, so that
you should start your pitch with PAAS. I'm a PAAS product.
PAAS is one thing which will start coming from now on.
Great. Good to Kaushal. Nice talking to you. Great fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.